inside you bring the broken back to life. Only you can, only you can. You set me free from every chain. You fill my heart with songs of praise. Only you can, only you can. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to rhythm, to rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. You left the glory of your throne to bring this runaway back home. Only you can, only you can. You give me love, you give me life. You keep me dancing through the night. Only you can, only you can. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to rhythm, to rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Oh, every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Yeah. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. You move me, your freedom is consuming. I feel it rushing through me. I'll never be the same. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to rhythm, to rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Oh, every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Yeah, every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name.
Horatio Spafford was a well-known lawyer and businessman in Chicago in the 1860s. He lived with his wife Anna and their 5 children. With heavy investments in real estate along the shores of Lake Michigan, he proved to be a prosperous man and a devout Christian. In 1870, a series of events began to change Horatio's life forever. That year, Horatio and Anna's only son died of scarlet fever at the tender age of only 4. A year later, as the Spaffords were grieving the loss of their son, the Great Chicago Fire broke out and destroyed nearly every one of Horatio's investments. His entire life savings was gone. Aware of the toll these disasters had taken on his family, Horatio decided to take his wife and 4 daughters on a holiday to England, where they planned to accompany the famous evangelist D.L. Moody on his next crusade. However, just before they set sail, a last-minute business development forced Horatio to delay. Not wanting to ruin the family holiday, he persuaded his family to go on as planned, and he would follow along later. With this decided, Horatio stayed in Chicago while Anna and the girls boarded the French steamship Ville de Havre to set sail for England. But several days later, Horatio received devastating news. The Ville de Havre had been struck by an iron sailing vessel from England. The ship sank in only 12 minutes, claiming the lives of 226 passengers. It was the worst disaster in naval history until the sinking of the HMS Titanic 40 years later. The next day, he received a telegraph from his wife Anna from Wales that read these 6 words: "Survived alone, what should I do?" The Spafford's 4 daughters were among those who perished. After hearing the terrible news, Horatio boarded the next ship out of New York to join his bereaved wife. During the voyage, the captain of the ship called him to the bridge saying, "A careful reckoning has been made, and I believe we are now passing the very place where the Ville de Havre sank." And it was there, while staring into the watery grave of his beloved daughters, that Horatio penned the words to the great hymn, "It is well with my soul."
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control, that Christ hath regarded my helpless estate, and hath shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin, not in part, but the whole, is nailed to his cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when the face shall be sight, the cloud back as a scroll. The trump shall resound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul.
I've been a million places, I've seen a million things, but there's nothing that compares to being a child of the King. There's been highs, there's been lows, through it all, this I know, I am a child of the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm safe in my Father's arms, safe in my Father's arms. Oh, oh, oh. Hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm safe in my Father's arms, safe in my Father's arms. Oh, oh, oh. If you're lost and hurting, feeling all alone, there's a hope that is calling, so come and find your home. We've had highs, we've seen lows, through it all, this we know, we are loved by the King. So we say hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm safe in my Father's arms, safe in my Father's arms. Oh, oh, oh. Hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm safe in my Father's arms, safe in my Father's arms. Oh, oh, oh. All the broken, all the lonely can find hope in the Savior's love. All the wounded, all the weary can find strength in the Savior's love. So come running to your Father, He is waiting with open arms. So we say, so we say.
New Year's Eve is a time of celebration. We gather together and celebrate the year that was, and look expectantly to the excitement of a new year's beginning. For many of us, this is a time where we look to make changes in the form of a New Year's resolution. We look at our lives, at the year that has passed, and the disappointments, trials, and challenges we faced. Then, with these in mind, we look to the year ahead with a dream and a hope for better things. A New Year's resolution speaks of a desire to improve on the past year. It speaks of a determination to change and of looking forward to the hope of a better future. A resolution is defined as a strong decision to do or not do something. But also, it is the quality of being determined or resolute, of standing firm. Horatio Spafford was a devout Christian. His resolution to serve Christ was a decision he stuck with regardless of the challenges life presented to him. Even in his darkest moments, his actions revealed his desire to draw closer to God by travelling across the world to support D.L. Moody's preaching crusade. Spafford's hymn, "It Is Well With My Soul," reveals his heart in accepting the tragedy of life while also being able to recognize the glory of God. Similar to this, in Philippians 4, Paul speaks of learning to be content in all of life's circumstances, both good and bad, through Christ's strength. 2017 has been a year of growth and challenge for the Blacktown Potter's House. As the new year approaches, we celebrate all that God has done. Revivals with guest preachers such as John Perry, Chris Hart, Tori Williams, Ernie Toppin, and Rod Gibson had enormous impact in the attendance of Sunday morning services. Our park outreaches had excellent turnouts where people all over Blacktown City heard the good news. We finished off the year with a water baptism where 7 people committed their lives to follow Jesus. Horatio Spafford had his share of misfortune, and similarly, 2017 definitely was a year of challenge. But Spafford never dwelt on the past, he moved forward to create one of the most well-known hymns in the world. As this year ends, we move towards a time that is yet unknown. A new year brings a fresh hope, an opportunity to move towards greater things, a new building, new souls to be reached, a chance to leave behind the past and to draw nearer to God. Isaiah tells us to leave behind the old things and look to the new thing that God is doing in Blacktown. As we stand resolute and make resolutions to seek what God has for His people, He says that He will make a way. Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth, do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.